What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video probably, fishing's been kind of slow, but it was not a slow morning overall. But the fish were not biting, but I wanted to take a minute. This is not going to be a super long video, but I just wanted to talk with you all about what happened to me on the beach this morning. All right, so fishing has been relatively slow here in Gulf Shores for the time we've been here. It's been raining yesterday. It was supposed to rain later on today. So I jumped on the beach this morning while the sun was still out before the rain moved in. And I want to talk to y'all about something that happened to me on the beach, and I've seen it done to a lot of other content creators out there. And so I want y'all's feedback on whether I did handle the situation right. I think I did, but let's talk about it. So the beach that we're on is very short, very shallow. So when you walk out right in front of our house that we're renting, it's probably between 5 and 10 feet of beach at most. And halfway down, it has a sharp, probably 2 foot, 2.5 foot drop off. And then the waves are crashing right there on that. So it's an extremely high tide with an extremely small beach. And so for fishing, I didn't want to take up all the spots for people to sit, and also with only about 5 feet, I didn't even have enough space to get my fishing cart out there with my spikes, anything like that. And so I decided this morning, nobody was on the beach, so I went out, took a left, moved down the beach to where it was a little bit wider beach, still not super big, probably only about 10 feet wide at most before it drops off and has the water. So I moved down and was fishing, put my fishing cart as close to the drop off as I possibly could without having my cart in the water with me. And then I even took my sand spikes and spiked them in where the waves were crashing. There was a pipe where they'd been dredging. And so I stuck my sand spikes there. And as I was setting up my rods, I had a guy from the house that I was set up close to, was not right out in front of. My poles were kind of out in front of the boardwalk, but my cart was not even in front of his house. He came out and basically told me that, man, when they decided to come out to the beach, it was, I got to get out of here. You know, when his kids come to the beach, I got to move. And I was like, well, I said, you know, this is the beach. Like, you can't really tell me to move. I was here first, and he basically told me that if I didn't move, he would call the cops on me and have me removed. And that was pretty much how it was handled. He kept setting up his chairs and his umbrella, and I kind of went back to setting up my fishing rods. I told him that I would move. If that's how he felt, I would move when they came down. But with the fact that I did not feel like I was in the wrong where I was set up. Yes, the beach was small, but it was not, I was not in their way. The way I handled it was I did not cause a confrontation, even though I felt like I was in the right. I told him that if that's how he felt, that's what I would do. I'd move, even if it was frustrating to me. But then what I did was to make sure that I was not in the wrong, because I am a tourist. I am down here for the week once every now and then, so I don't know all the rules for the beach. I basically found the non-emergency line for the police department here in Gulf Shores, and I called them up and I just asked a question. I said, I told him the situation, what just happened, told him that he was threatening to call the cops on me and have me removed from the beach. And I just asked them was I in the wrong or was I in the right if the police were called, because I wanted to make myself aware of the rules here on the beach specifically. I know you're not allowed to be right up on somebody's boardwalk, but I just wanted to make sure what the rules were. And so she checked the rules because they obviously are the ones that are enforcing the rules. And so basically what she came back with was, as long as my equipment was near the water line or below the water line, that I was within the law, within my right to be there, and that if the police were called, that I would not be fined for doing what I was doing. So basically what I figured out today was the law is on the beach, no matter what people say on the beach, is as long as you are as close to the water line or below the water line as you can possibly get, you're within the law. And so I continue to fish. I continue to fish for at least an hour or so. But then the beach did start crowding up because it is a small beach and there are a lot of houses. And so a lot of children and people started getting in the waters. And so then I did decide to go ahead and move my stuff to a different location. But I was not moving it because I was in the wrong. I was moving it because at that point it was a safety risk, not because somebody was asking me to get off the beach. So the moral of my story today is, if you're on the beach, make sure you're aware of the rules. And if you don't know the rules, don't be afraid to ask. I mean, I basically called the cops on myself to make sure that I was in the right, because if I wasn't in the right, I didn't want to be breaking the rules. I was going to move if I was in the wrong. But because the beach was so small, I think people were just a little stressed that I had gotten out there before them and then they had not set their chairs up yet. And so tensions were a little high, but I would just encourage any of you when you're on the beach, don't cause a confrontation. Worst case scenario, you move. It's frustrating, but no matter the situation, don't cause a confrontation. Definitely don't cause a fight with another person, beachgoer on the beach, especially if you're not positive if you're in the right. And if worst case scenario, just call and ask if you're in the right or if you're in the wrong, and be prepared to make changes if you need to. So that's what happened to me this morning on the beach. Fishing was slow, but it was definitely not a slow morning when it came to activity on the beach. So I hope you all learned something from this video. I definitely learned something, but just make sure you're aware of the rules on the beach and don't be afraid to call and ask, but don't cause any confrontations on the beach is my #1 rule, even though it's super easy to get frustrated with people on the beach, especially when you were out there first, you had your stuff set up first, and then they ventured out later in the day and told you to get out of the spot. So I hope y'all learned something with fishing slow. I thought I would jump on here and share that with you guys because it's something that I dealt with on the beach. And so it's maybe something y'all run across when you're on the beach as well. So I wanted y'all to be aware. But as always, guys, if y'all like these videos, we're hoping to grab some more surf fishing videos this week. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. But if y'all like these videos, make sure to smash that subscribe button. That way you get notified. Turn the bell notifications on. That'll give you a notification every time I post a video. But we're having a phenomenal time down here at the beach. Rain or shine, we always find something to do. So guys, I hope y'all are having a good day. And I hope that no matter what y'all are doing, you're all in. We'll catch y'all in the next video. See ya.